Hey everyone, it's great to be back with you, and I'm glad you've joined me for another episode of More today. We continued going through 1 Peter on Sunday, this time looking at wives and husbands and the marriage relationship. We heard about how wives should be subject to their husbands and that husbands should honor their wives, and those external relational postures Peter talks about come from an internal spiritual posture. They're the outflow of what's happening between each person and God. It's because each of them is an heir with the other of the grace of life. And that's true of every believer. Just like husbands and wives respond to one another from this foundation, believers in general should relate to one another from this foundation as well. It's because we're all heirs of the grace of life that we can live well with one another. We can live as God continues to work in and through each of us. That's what strong marriages are built on, and that's what offers great strength to any relationship. When I think about the relationships that I've seen and experienced, the best ones seem to be those that don't agree on everything, but the ones that move from the foundation of being together, heirs of the grace of life. One of my friends recently got married, and as he was dating his now wife, when they had disagreements, always wanted to steer that back to what God would have in their mutual faith as they did life together. And they're both better for it. I know the passage we're focusing on is about husbands and wives, but this truth, that it's a mutual recognition of being heirs to the grace of life, the life God has offered to us, applies to all believers. It's the place we should move from with each other. Because as Paul says to the Ephesians, it is by grace you have been saved. That's you and me. And then moving from that foundation, knowing that we are heirs of life together, we can, as Paul's letter to the Philippians says, continue to think about what is true and honorable and just and pure and lovely and commendable, excellent and praiseworthy, because you know what encompasses all those things? The grace of life, for marriages, for friendships, for working relationships, for whatever. The grace of life unites us and pushes us forward as we go after more together.